Hey guys, this is Ice, and I'm gonna be bringing you looks like a Zerg versus Terran. So at the left of the screen, and I believe this map is Shadow Temple. If I'm wrong, sorry about that, but I'm pretty sure it's Shadow Temple. So Vile Spanishiwa. Vile is of course his group, and Spanishiwa. Then thisisJimmy, a Terran player. Now, I'm not sure, here, Spanishiwa, I don't know if his name is spelled differently in-game, or if this is a imitation, I have no idea. But I know from YouTube and videos and seeing his name that there are eyes in it. So I don't know if this is actually him or not, but we should see, depending on the build he goes, and the level of play that we see in the match. So anyhow, before the game really starts off, let me just say that I have a new channel, and I just kind of always wanted to cast some StarCraft games. So if you want to see the kind of videos I'll be doing, I'll be casting good games like with pro players, and then I'll also be doing ladder games of myself, and those will be for players who are not as good, I guess, like low to mid leagues, or people who maybe don't have the game. And those will be pretty informative matches. But this is going to be a pro game. Again, I'm not sure if this is actually Spanishiwa, I'm sorry about that. But we should find out pretty soon. So, going for the wall off here as standard from the Terran supply depot already lowered. Barracks just finishing, the drone going to be popping in the base right away. And before a marine is built, we see the tech lab coming out right away. So maybe seeing an extremely early upgrade or a building swap, or we may just see a primarily marauder heavy build. The command center coming up here as soon as the barracks is finished, and we can see here a lot of control tabs here. It seems like a lot of those for the command center. I am not in a very high league, so I don't use control tabs as much, so I will not judge him. The Zerg player only has 3, or maybe it's because I'm Zerg. I am a Zerg player, and the SCV just popping in here. Gonna see that there is no early cheese, and as the spawning pool just finishing up here, out about 20 supply it finished. And the drone popping back in here. One Reaper coming out, so that's what the tech lab was for, and another Reaper as well. And I'm just gonna put up the production tab here. So we're gonna be jumping up and down these cliffs, I assume. The hatchery already popped up here. The Reaper may be going for some small economic damage, and a bunker just about to come up. Some Zerglings down here should be able to deal with it. If that bunker goes up, then the Zerg player will be in a lot of trouble. Needs to focus down the SCV. I'm gonna take out the Reaper, it looks like, pulling drones off the line, and the Reaper gonna micro fairly nicely and kill off all of those. I'm gonna be just jumping up the cliff. Like I said, need to focus down the SCV. One Zergling here. 4 drones on the way. Still 2 drones on the way, not producing Zerglings, and that is typical of Spanishiwa, so maybe this indeed is him. Again, sorry for not knowing the correct name. And it looks like that Reaper gonna get... oh no, almost got taken off by that queen. It looks like the bunker is gonna go down, and this could be very problematic for the Zerg player. Once the Reaper gets in the bunker, and there you go, SCV running away, pulling all those drones off the line. And still making only drones, no no Zerglings. And the SCV just gonna repair the bunker. That's gonna be very frustrating. As we can see, the Reaper is still in here doing some damage. Although the Queen using Transfuse here, and that is also typical of Spanishiwa. He is one of my favorite Zerg players just because he's so different. And there are 2 Reapers in here now. Looks like this Queen may go down. Although, nice, very nice. Pulling that off at the last second. I'm calling down a mule here to repair. So also very nice play here by the Terran player. And we can see 2 SCPs just coming up here, gonna repair that. This must be so frustrating for the Zerg player who's still only making drones. That is pretty amazing. And another Reaper coming in here. So he needs to focus down the SCV. And it's just so close to dying. It has been like that for a very long time. One Queen's finally going down. And it looks like the Reapers may get surrounded, not quite. Maybe gonna do some more harass up here. Looks like they're moving back down the cliff. And main micro on these drones, so getting another drone kill there. Another Queen coming up for the blue Zerg, and still no Zerglings on the way, just more drones. And we can see the extractors just popped up. He usually likes to get them around 40 supply, if this is indeed Spanishiwa. We can see here just trying to harass. Good macro there by the Terran. I'm going to switch to his camera view, see exactly what he's doing. So he has two here. Good job keeping them alive. Spine crawler is coming up. Gonna go down. Oh no, it was cancelled. So very nice play by both players there. And we see he has 3 idle SCVs. Looks like just slipping very slightly on his macro, although I would not blame him for that. He's doing fairly well up here. And I'm just going to switch back to the everyone camera view. I'm going to be pushing away again with the Queens. Still no Zerglings on the way. Here is the lair, coming at the expansion and not the main. That I've seen that happen a lot of times. The problem with getting a lair over here, however, is that it's less defendable than your main, obviously, and if it does go down, it sets you back in tech. So we'll see after the lair comes up what tech path the Zerg will go for. And Spanishiwa is known for teching up to high gain units and getting upgrades fairly early on. He loves Ultralisks and Infestors. If this is in fact Spanishiwa. We can see here the metabolic boost coming up, 2 evolution chambers. Meanwhile, still being harassed over here, although I don't think much more damage is going to come in the form of Reapers. Although very nice micro here on the Reapers. I'm just making sure to keep the Queens on the creep. So I'd say very nice play by both players. This should turn out to be a pretty interesting end to the game. And here you can see one Queen, couple Zerglings here just fending the Reapers off, and the Reapers wisely moving off creep, just jumping off the cliff, losing 1 Reaper there. And Stim coming up for the Terran, we see, right here. You can see 5 Marines on the way, so finally diversifying from that heavy Reaper play, and another command center coming up here. So I guess he's satisfied in the whatever economic damage he has done, and there are a lot of SCVs over here, so he was really waiting for this command center to go down, preemptively building that. And here's the Overseer, going to be seeing exactly what kind of tech path the Terran has gone for. And I think those Zerglings just missed the Reapers. It looks like it's going to get a nice round there, just finishing off the rest of those pesky Reapers. And we can see the Zerg player expanding, not here at the gold, although he has way more than enough minerals, so he may be going only for the gas as he is getting a lot of upgrades. And there's the hive. That is 12 minutes into the game, and there's the hive. So it's not exactly standard. Usually you'll see hive coming up like 25 minutes, 30 minutes, stuff like that. Here's the infestation pit, increasing the starting energy in infestors, and we may see some early ultralisks. Although we definitely will see infestor play. Here's another base, preemptively getting more bases just because he has to support these high level units, such as infestors, which are very gas heavy. Maybe ultralisks if he wants to go for those. A spire did go up. There are some mutalisks on the way. Yeah, there they are. Maybe doing some harass with those, just transferring some drones up here to the Vespine Gazers, as he does have a lot of minerals and not nearly as much gas, and the infestors and air units are very heavy on gas. And you can see spreading some creep here with the overlords, why not? And there's the hive, just finishing. 4 infestors on the way, I should add, as well as the overlord speed, and the greater spires on the way, so we may be seeing some, my god, I just forgot what the units are called. When you evolve the corruptors. I feel pretty down now. But anyhow, here are the infestors. He should be spreading creep with creep tumors along here. Maybe he's gonna use, make one of those overlord highways. Although there's a fairly large Terran army over here. Banelings would be very effective in this situation. We see some corruptors on the way, and so we may see them morphing into broodlords, and here the Terran just leapfrogging the tanks, a couple at a time. Meanwhile the Marines back here as defense, and if you can get a good surround, maybe with some nice fungal growths, we'll eliminate this Marine army, and probably going to be seeing some infested Terran spawn very rapidly. There was a scan going down, killed 2 of those infestors. And here's a turret going down for additional spawning. Spawning some infested Marines over here. Tanks going to be taking splash damage from their own units. And here we see just getting underway saturation of these bases. Meanwhile, scanning again for those burrowed infestors, although I think the Zerg player has learned his lesson. Here are some broodlords though. These are going to be extremely effective against the tanks and the Marines, if he can keep those in the back. And here's another turret coming up, just to keep the spotting off, probably just using those for detectors. All of those are going to be very effective if they get in range of the broodlords, although I don't think the Zerg player will be that careless. We see the broodlords moving forward. They should be able to take out the tanks very rapidly, suffering from their own splash damage again. The Marines going to be stimming forward, need to take out the overlords very rapidly. Not being able to focus fire them as all the Zerglings rush forward. They're getting a nice round of the tanks and running some around the back, but taking splash damage from the tanks there. More Marines coming in. The stim just initiated again, taking off the broodlords it seems. Last one going to go down. 3 more morphing in the back. I'm not sure how long they'll survive for. All the queens dying here. And GG by the Zerg player. I don't see why he GG'd so early. He did have 24 Zerglings on the way, and those 3 broodlords were literally just popping out, and here's another one. But I guess he realized he couldn't hold off all the stim Marines. I guess if he could have held off about a minute longer, he would have been great. But a very close game, I'd say. Very good macro and micro from both players. And that's going to be the end of this cast. So like the video because that gets it more views. Like it if you like it. And you can subscribe to see more. So that's going to be the end of this